Hello students, in this video I am going to tell you about the codominance. In last video we we have studied about the gene interaction, in which we studied about incomplete dominance. In this we are going to study in detail about codominance. It is a type of intragenic interaction. So first thing, what is the meaning of intragenic interaction? So intragenic interaction, in this interaction the two alleles located on the same gene locus of the two homologous chromosomes of a gene interact in such a way that the offspring produce phenotype expression other than that from normal dominant or recessive phenotype. For example, codominance, as the name indicate, codominance means both the alleles will be dominating, or you can say the phenotype of hybrid resembles to the both parent, and there is no formation of any new phenotype. Both the alleles produce independent effect, and the effect of the both allele is equally pronounced. There is no blending or intermixing of the two alleles, and there is no intermediate phenotype trait. So we can say that it is a type of genetics, or it is a type of interaction between alleles. Here, most genes in a population possess several different alleles, and often no single allele is dominant. Point to be noted that no single allele is dominant. Instead, each allele has its own effect. So, the heterozygote show some aspects of the phenotype of both homozygotes. It means, as we have seen in dominance character, that when they are in heterozygous condition, the dominant will show their effect. But here this is not done. Both the allele will express themselves, and that's why the term is codominant. These allele which express themselves independently, allele express themselves independently when present together. So they are called as codominant alleles. So the dominant character is not able to suppress the recessive character, as we have seen in this condition, in dominant condition, that this capital T or tallness character will suppress the dwarfness character, and the phenotype will be the tall. But this is not done in this case. So what will happen? The dominant character is not able to suppress the recessive character and not even incompletely, and both the characters appear side by side. This is the main point. Both the characters appear side by side in F1 hybrids. So, how will we determine? So, we can take an example. The human ABO blood group system. So, here we can say, or we can conclude, that both the alleles are equally dominant, both the alleles show their independent effects even in heterozygous condition, and the number of phenotypes is one more than the number of alleles. So look at here the human ABO blood group system. See here, this is the blood group, genotypes and antigens. So the a human gene that exhibits more than one codominant allele is the gene that determines ABO blood grouping type. So red blood cells of humans are of type A, type B, type AB, and type O. And the gene for blood group encodes an enzyme that adds sugar molecule to lipid on the surface of red blood cells. So these are the sugar which is exhibited on the these are the sugar which is exhibited on the surface of the red blood cells. So if the type of blood group is A, then the sugar exhibited is galactosamine, and if it is B, it will exhibit galactose, and AB will exhibit both galactose and galactosamine, and O will not encode for any sugar, or it does not add a sugar. It codes for a protein that does not code for a add a sugar. So you can conclude it like the gene for blood group encodes an enzyme that adds sugar molecule to lipid on the surface of red blood cells, and these sugar act as recognition marker. These sugars are the recognition markers for cells in the immune system, and they are called as surface antigen. These galactosamine, galactose, they are called as surface antigens. So the gene that encode the enzyme is designated as I. The gene which encode these enzymes are called as I. I for isoagglutination. Isoagglutination. And the gene that encodes the enzyme is designated as I, and it has three common allele, that is IA, whose products add the sugar galactosamine, IB, whose product adds galactose, and I, simply I, whose which codes for a protein that does not add a sugar. So different combination of the three I gene allele occur in different individuals. because each person possesses two copies of the chromosome bearing the I gene and may be homozygous for any allele or heterozygous for any two. An individual heterozygous for the IA and IB allele produces both forms of the enzyme. You can see here IA and IB. It will produce both forms of the enzyme and adds both galactose and galactosamine. It's clear now. So to the surface of red blood cells. Hence, the blood group of the heterozygotes is AB type because it is coding for both the sugar. As both alleles are expressed simultaneously in heterozygotes, the IA and IB alleles are codominant. So these IA and IB are codominant, and both IA and IB are dominant over the I allele. These IA and IB are dominant over this allele, this I. So you can see here that IA and IB are dominant over the small I allele because both IA or IB allele leads to sugar addition, and the this I allele does not add any sugar to the surface of the red blood cells. The different combination of the three alleles produce four different phenotypes, and you can see here there are four different phenotypes. These are the genotypes, this one, and you can see this is antigens A, B, A plus B, and for this there is no any antigen. So type A individual add only galactosamine. Yes, they are either IAA or IAI heterozygotes. Type B individuals add only galactose. They are either IB homozygotes or IBI heterozygotes. Type AB individual add both sugars and are IA IB heterozygotes, and type O individuals add neither sugar and are I homozygotes. So you can see here, so these four different cell surface phenotypes are called the ABO blood group, or less commonly the Landsteiner blood Landsteiner blood groups, because he discovered this Landsteiner blood group after the man who first described them. So as Karl Landsteiner noted, a person's immune system can distinguish between these four types if a type A individual receives a transfusion of type B. You can see here type A individual, if receives transfusion of type B blood, the recipient immune system recognizes that type B blood cell possess a foreign antigen that is galactose, and attack the donated blood, this one, causing the cells to clump or agglutinate together. So this also happen if the donated blood is of type AB. However, if the donated blood is type O, no immune attack will occur, because you can see here that as there are no galactose or galactosamine antigen on the surface of blood cells produced by the type O donor. So that's why it is called as universal donor. In general, any individual's immune system will tolerate a transfusion of type O blood. A person with type O blood group is known as universal donor because neither galactose nor galactosamine is foreign to type AB individual, because this blood has both type of antigen, galactose and galactosamine. So those individual may receive any type of blood. A person with type AB blood group is called universal recipient. So it's donor and it's universal recipient. So this is all about the ABO blood group typing. You can see here they have antigens, and this AB don't have antibody, so that's why it is known as universal donor and this is known as universal recipient.